Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicate Poster, and we are on a Meridan's trail. It says to follow the river when you get the first prompt to do it. So we head down there, and of course, because it's the river, there's some fucking spiders. And my teammates decide they're gonna start a fight with the bog fisher for some reason.
I'm getting sorted over here.
Maybe it'll drop some poo that we can use for a siege later. They drop craggy skin, which is a very good crafting material, so if you end up killing some, pick up what they drop. It's quite useful. And it's a lovely blue color for tinting your armor. Spires, okay, check.
Yes. Upriver, spires, a place to pray and plan one last night. This is it.
Pretty neat looking. You can't get up there, unfortunately. And I said we'd be back here, so here we are. I killed all the enemies off camera. If you don't do that, then there's about 10 of them. And once you get here, it also puts a fast travel point, which is nice if you need to come back. It says to wait. They show up right away, but I did a quick cut because I wanted to change up my party. And now that that's done... oh, here they are.
This is brilliant. This must be what the spirit meant. Excellent find. From what I can see, this is an ancillary station. Likely a scouting post for the larger structure to the east. What can it tell us about where Inquisitor Meridan went?
I got Professor Kenrick here safely. The rest is up to you.
Lady Harding was quite nimble in the wilderness.
I'll be watching to make sure the Hackonites don't come back.
They don't. Sorry for the spoiler.
This is Tevinter, from well before the last Inquisitor's time. I understand they use such tiles as locks. Interesting, though not likely related to Meridan.
And here we have what is clearly a puzzle. Over here in front of these doors is a floor tile, which lays out the pattern that you need to get to unlock that particular door.
That shape relates to the tiles. If you could replicate the shape in the tiles, something would happen.
Very helpful. Thank you, Kenrick.
Look at that!
And our door opens. Let's go see what's inside. Some pretty decent loot. The Silken Nethercloth and Fade Touched, with hidden blades, 5 added hits. We're going to leave the refined Battle Mage Mail schematic so I can farm the Nethercloth and the Fade Touched for future crafting. Good luck with that, motherfuckers. And when we walked off, it lit up some of the tiles. If you mess up, just head over to this lever, and it will reset the puzzle. Here's our second pattern. A bit more difficult than the first, but still not too terribly hard. And this is why it's sometimes advisable to run around the outside instead of the inside, because you run like a drunken rhino, and if you veer off and hit the wrong one, well, you gotta start over. Plus your teammates getting in the way doesn't help. Sometimes you'll bounce off of them and step on the wrong thing. It's a pain in the ass. We'll see this problem come up later as well, trying to do a floor puzzle and having your companions just fuck it all up. If you use the tac cam and tell them to stay put, they don't, because there are no enemies. It's really kind of stupid. There we go.
Look at that!
Another door, another loot box. This only has one thing in it, but it's fairly decent. Now that we've taken care of our puzzle, let's go see what's upstairs.
This is Elven. I believe it's the word for light. It's some sort of clue to this barrier. Not sure how.
You can't attack that barrier, it can only be dispelled. There's this complicated looking mechanism. It doesn't do anything just yet. There's no reason to mess with it right now. To do the barrier, it's actually pretty simple. Grab you some Veilfire. That's all there is to it. See what's inside.
Oh, well done. Well done indeed.
That's something you don't see every day.
A pair of shrines. This one is clearly Andrastian, albeit from a very early period, likely pre-divine. But this is Elven. One of their gods. What was it? Every mother finds Druffalo among sleeping juniper groves. G something. The one with the deer.
The what now?
What was that? Every mother finds Druffalo.
Oh, it's a memory aid to help me with the names of the elven gods. Every is Elgernan. Mother is Mithal. Finds is Fallow something.
Valentin, damn it.
I was more focused on early Chantry history. I didn't really do elves.
Now, we can use Elven, or we can use History. So if you don't happen to be an elf, and you have that, that would be the answer.
Memory Age caught all the elven gods?
Well, there's only one F for Falondine. Oh, I suppose I forgot Fenrir.
Most people do.
This
Oops.
isn't him, though. It's one of the ladies, obviously. G something.
You can have Solus
That would be
answer for you. If you have Sarah with you, you can ask her, and she's like, fuck, I don't know. It's pretty funny.
Bothered me all day.
2 shrines for 2 lovers. Inquisitor Ameridan and Talana. Maybe Talana was an elf.
Oh, yes. That's good. The Chantry expunged references to elves before the Exalted March on the Dales. They erased the Canticle of Shartan. They must have done the same to Talana.
What a bunch of assholes.
The Chantry should not rewrite history to cover up inconvenient truths. Agreed.
Cassandra actually approves of that answer, so if you're not maxed on approval like we are, you'll get a little bump there.
The thing is what this tells us. It's not a burial site. That much is obvious.
Look at those flowers. They're not native to the area. What if they were left at the shrine as an offering?
Yes. A night of prayer before battle against the dragon. But then where? Where? We're missing something. What are we missing? Oh, where did you go?
Look for more clues. Grab you some more Veilfire. And you might have heard when we walked in, there was the tinkle of a rune. Something's happening.
Professor, look at this. Shartan 10-7 and Transfigurations 10-1.
Shartan is dissonant. And before them, empty, outstretched, lay the land which led to the gates of Minrathous. And Transfigurations is, the light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world. Why these verses? Why would Inquisitor Ameridan take the time to carve this before going into battle?
And one more over here.
The gates of Minrathous. Isn't there a Tevinter fortress in the area?
Yes?
Oh yeah.
Of course! The ritual site! To seal the dragon away, Ameridan's elven mage must have used a spell at a site of great power.
My scouts have checked the fortress. It's sealed behind a wall of ice. It has to be magic.
Let's look around. Ameridan found a way through that ice, so that way should be nearby.
And these things have now lit up, and there's a thing here, but it doesn't work just yet. We have to do one more thing. Which is use that odd-looking contraption over on the other side.
Behind them?
And every lock has a key.
Like these trail markers. Ameridan must have known how to use them. If they can melt through the ice, that must be where Ameridan sealed away the dragon.
I'll follow the markers and see what we can find.
And now we can use these things, but only in sequence. So you tap the first one, it leads to the second one, to the third one, so on and so forth. And I'll just cut out the running in between. The first couple are pretty close, and then they start to spread out further and further across the map.
Are we certain these trail markers will burn through this wall of ice around the fortress? Given that the trail markers retain enough energy to illuminate one another, I see no reason to worry.
But there's still a wall. Light doesn't make walls go away.
And that one's quite far. This is where it's kind of helpful. If you've got all the camps unlocked, in this particular case, it's actually faster to just fast travel and run across the river. And that looks like it's in a level patch, but it's not. It's up on a cliffside. Yeah, way up here. There's a pretty obvious path, though, so you shouldn't have any trouble. This one actually has a couple of enemies around it, with annoying archers that have ice bows. We get frozen a couple of times. This is why doing that door is somewhat helpful. It does increase your cold resistance. Take that! Oops.
One down.
And the next one is really far away. Oh, excuse me. No, it's not. This one's close. It's the one after that that's far away. Once you activate this one and head off to the left, Solus will tell you that the path is gone, more or less. The fastest way to get to the next marker is actually to travel to Skybear Hold and then cut through the shiny blue swamp. Remember this from the first video of the DLC? Let's get stuck on a rock. And you think you're done, but no, there's still one more.
We are almost to the fortress.
Thank God. Good little vantage point to survey the area. And now there are some friends here. Let's go say hi. And I'm not sure what happened there. I guess someone detonated a combo. Kinda wasted my fire flask, fuckers. Get our free shit. Alright, let's see what all this fucking around gets us.
Your gods are weak!
Doors open.
Inquisitor. You will see the power of Hakon when we destroy the lowlands!
The
Nah,
fortress
fuck
is
you.
well defended. We must find another way in. The Ava at Skybear Hold may have ideas.
Now we have our next thing to do. So join us next time when we go off to Skybear Hold and invade a fortress.